Am I surprised by today's outcome? When you keep a coach that was 1-31, what did you actually expect was going to happen? John Dorsey's to blame for this whole mess in Cleveland right now. When he took over, he should have fired Hugh Jackson, brought on the whole new staff, when you become a GM of a new team, you bring in your own people and you start over. That's what you do. John Dorsey's to blame for this. And then on top of that, he gets rid of our only fucking deep threat, our only playmaker, the best receiver in football, and Josh Daniel Gordon. What did he expect? You put a young quarterback in harm's way with nobody around him that gets open, and when they do get open, they don't catch the ball, with an offensive line that was overwhelmed, that just got steam rushed. They were the more hungry team. This team, they quit. There's a mutiny going on right now. They quit on Hugh Jackson. It's like they're trying to tell the ownership, we want a new leader. Because Hugh Jackson's not a leader. Am I mad? I was mad in the first quarter. I was mad in the second quarter. As soon as they went up by 10, I'm mad. It is what it is. We're on the Hugh Jackson. We're waiting to see him. We're on the Hugh watch when he gets fired. And we have to wait till next year now because John Dorsey set this organization back a whole year by retaining Hugh Jackson. By him retaining Hugh Jackson, this was a wasted year. He should have fired him. It was the dumbest thing to do. How do you think bringing in a coach that was 1-31? He's a joke. So John Dorsey wasted the whole season, wasted a year. And then on top of that, he trades away our best player, like a dumbass. If Baker GX Mayfield had Josh Gordon, he'd be able to put some points on the board. Believe me, he's unguardable. He's unguardable. Now, they're just rolling coverage on fucking, let's be honest. Landry's a 2 at best. He's a possession receiver. He's not a number 1. He's a midget. 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 Bless him. Bless him. You can see Callaway, that catch he made on the sidelines late, the toe tap. He's going to be something special. But as right now, he's a young player who hasn't played all last year. Mayfield will be good, but he had no chance. There ain't a quarterback behind that line today in the league. Anybody that could have performed under that dress today. Nothing. That offensive line, they showed their true heart today. They got their shit pushed in. If they were in prison right now, that offensive line would have been raped. That's how bad they were. So, it's the Hugh watch right now. The only thing moving forward is you got to fire Hugh Jackson. Honestly, I'd fire Todd Haley's horrible. He is. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear Todd Haley. Todd Haley's horrible. He's horrible. His play calling is horrible. I tried to like this guy, but he's horrible. His play calling's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. So, the only guy I'd retain is Gregory GX Williams. I like Greg Williams. His defense got his shit pushed in late in the game because they were fucking tired for the 3 and outs on the offense right now. But, oh my God, next week against the Chiefs, I believe it's the Chiefs, we're going to get our shit pushed in even more. Now, I suspect they'll come to play offensively, but don't think the defense will be able to stop Patrice Mahomes and company. But anyway, like I said, John Dorsey's to blame for this big mess. He drafted Mayfield, and he let Mayfield be infected by this lame, garbage coach. You had to know that Hugh Jackson was going to fail miserably, so why didn't you just fire him and bring in your own new staff? You could have retained Greg Williams. I had no problem with that. But if you wanted to bring in all new people, that's fine. So John Dorsey, you ran this team into the ground with your backwards fucking GMing. You don't become a GM of a team and retain a guy that was 1-31. If you became a GM of a team and this guy was like 16 and fucking 15 or something like that and you wanted to retain him, I'm fine with that. No problem. But 1-31? Are you fucking out of your mind? Obviously you are, because you traded away our only offensive threat for fucking peanuts. Now the New England Patriots are looking at Josh Gordon, 100 yards here, 100 yards there, 100 yards there, 100 yards there. It's like an auction. Every time he gets 100 yards, 100 yards, 100, 100 there, 100 there, 100 there. So, Buddy Boy Dorsey, what are you going to do with these draft picks? Are you going to get anybody by the trade deadline? Nah. Wouldn't even waste your time now. You already sacrificed the season. You put Mayfield, you put Mayfield, you put Mayfield behind a fucking firing line right now. The worst offense, that's the worst offensive line protection I've ever seen in my life. There was guys coming in unblocked, untouched, not even. And then Bob Wiley's fat ass, everyone's like, well, he's a good offensive line coach. He's a fucking beast. Driving his little Maserati, that fat face slob. It was the worst fucking. They couldn't pick up the protection. Now, what type of offensive line that? And if J.C. Treader is playing on an injured ankle, put in Corbett. He's healthy. And then you get these idiots out there saying, no, we were tanking. This is a tanked organization. That's why Hugh Jackson had no chance. You don't sign Treader. You don't make trades like they did last year if you were tanking. They weren't tanking. They were trying to win, but they had a coach that was horrible. So now it's time to just fire Jackson, get rid of Haley. I don't care. But you need to get rid of Jackson because you already wasted the season now. So whatever. If you have Hugh Jackson finish out the season, it doesn't fucking matter. But I'm telling you right now, Dorsey, you created this mess. Now clean the fucking shit up, you fucking fat-faced goddamn buddy boy Dorsey-looking motherfucker. By the way, I was trolling some people on a Browns forum today. It was biblical. That's what I do. That's what I always do. 243 pounds of fucking beastless. Beastless. Or beastliness, whatever the fuck.